Any other thoughts? Liz?
I was vacuuming and I was in a hurry and I bumped my mom's lamp and the top of it.
No. Broke her mom's lamp. I'm noticing a theme with moms here.
All right, mine goes
Way back.
last centuries ago.
Centuries ago?
When
Okay.
I was knee high to a grasshopper, I went to the next door neighbor and I wanted to know what he was doing, and he had these beautiful tropical fish.
Oh.
And I got too close and they went down the drain.
Oh no! Down the drain. My
Not
goodness.
all of them, but enough that. And I
Not all
was-
the
I
fish.
was
Just some of the fish. These were her neighbor's very fancy fish that she sent down the drain.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Any final ones? Well, this story. Oh, Tasha, go ahead.
It wasn't someone I loved, it was someone I worked with. I had to use her bus, and she had gotten this little, it's like a money list kind of thing, but she put it on her mirror, her passenger mirror, and I was distracted to see the back of the bus, so I took it off. And when I did, I pushed on the head, and the head was extended out past and burst out off. I felt so bad for someone, one of her students that she driven for years, hated her.
Oh no, a special gift that she got from her students, but you broke. Oh, she forgave you though, sounds like. So this is a story kind of along those lines, and we should be able to see it up on the screen. It's called I Love My New Toy. And it's a elephant and piggy book, as you see, and it's written by Mo Willems. And so we'll go to the first page. So Elephant says, "Hi Piggy, what are you doing?" And Piggy says, "Look at my new toy. I love my new toy." Elephant says, "What does it do?" "I have no idea," says Piggy. "Maybe it is a throwing toy. I love throwing toys." Piggy says, "Here, try it." Elephant says, "Yes." Zip! Elephant throws it up in the air. They're watching it. Piggy says, "Nice throw." "Thanks," says Elephant. And then, here it comes. Zoom. Break! Look at their faces.
Take care.
"I broke your toy," says Elephant. "You broke my toy," says Piggy. "My new toy. I am mad and sad. I am mad and sad." Arr. Elephant says, "I am sorry." "You are sorry?" "Very sorry." "I do not care. My new toy is broken. And you broke it." Here comes Squirrel. "Cool," says Squirrel. "You have a break and snap toy." Snap. "That is a fun toy. Enjoy." Break, snap, break, snap. "Do you want to play with my new toy?" "No." "You do not want to play with my new toy?" "I do not want to play with your new toy. I want to play with you. Friends are more fun than toys." And then this last page, they're chasing each other, and Elephant says, "You're it," and Piggy says, "No, you are." And that's the end of the story. Sometimes we break things that are precious to each other. But what's most important is the relationship, right? I'm sure for all the things that you broke, you were probably forgiven. Because what was more important was the relationship that that person had with you. In our gospel today, Jesus is praying for the disciples. And it's a very different kind of prayer than we hear in the other Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke. In Matthew, Mark, and Luke, we hear a prayer right before Jesus' passion. He goes in the Garden of Gethsemane, and he prays that the cup, that this ordeal that he's about to go through might pass from him, that he might be spared. And all of the disciples are doing what while he's praying? Sleeping, that's right. But in this prayer, in John, this is right after Jesus has been at the table with the disciples and has had this long conversation with them about what's about to happen. And so they're all gathered right there with him. And Jesus lifts up his eyes to heaven, and he starts to pray to God. And what he prays for is that the disciples might be one. And he prays this specifically because he knows that he will no longer be in the world with them, but they will still be in the world. Now, for the community that wrote the Gospel of John, the world was a very threatening place. They were a tiny, tiny little sect that followed Jesus. And at that time, many of them were being thrown out of the synagogues. So they were being rejected by their brothers and sisters who were Jews who didn't follow Jesus. And they were threatened also by the Roman Empire. They were maybe 100 people living in an empire of 4 or 5 million people. They had absolutely no power, and their very beliefs put them at risk. Our challenges today as Christians, practicing our faith, are a little different. We're not in the same circumstances where our very lives are at risk for what we believe. We're not a minority in the same way. However, there are still challenges to profess Christianity and to follow our faith. Because in today's world, we're being measured by success and achievement. And when we're measured by success and achievement, often we start to compete with one another. And it divides us one from another. We see people only for what they can give us to help us succeed instead of for who they actually are. We judge people who aren't successful, who can't achieve in the same way that we can. The pressures of our world to achieve and succeed can divide us. And so this is why Jesus prays that we are one. Because Jesus knows that we are strongest when we support one another. And the world also tries to make us one, but in a very different way than Jesus would have us be one. The world would have us be one by measuring us all by one kind of rubric and saying that we all have to be the same. If you're a woman, you have to be kind and gentle. You should be thin. You should maybe be married. You should have kids. All of these different rubrics that we're told that we have to follow. If you're a man, you have to be strong. You shouldn't be showing your emotions. You have to have a job and you should earn well. All of these other rubrics, right? Children, they should achieve and get good grades. Adults, they should have a great career and succeed. All different kinds of things that we're told that we have to do to be the perfect person. And Jesus is not focused on that. Not focused on making us one in that way. Because when we make us one in that way, people who can't live up to the standards are excluded. People who can't achieve, for whatever reason, people who have mental illness, people who suffer from addiction, people who have trouble keeping a job, all of those are pushed to the edges, excluded, judged. The rubric that Jesus gives us is much more straightforward. We are made one through the cross. We are made one as sinners. It doesn't matter how much we achieved or what our career is. It doesn't matter what we wear or what we weigh. We're all sinners. Even the most successful person, even the most glamorous person is a sinner. And And what brings us together is the grace that Jesus offers us on the cross. The grace of forgiveness, of new life, second chance, third chance, fourth chance. This is what makes us one. This is what makes us community. It's the forgiveness and grace that we offer one another, and that Jesus offers first to us. So when we are in the world, let us offer that grace to others. Let that be how we welcome people. Forgiveness, new life. Let that be our rubric. Who can belong with us? Any sinner. Any sinner forgiven by God. That's who's welcome here. That's what makes us one. We're all broken, like that break and snap toy, in various ways, as individuals, as a community. And what snaps us together, what makes us one, is God's love. Amen.